If you feel stuck, it's not because you're lazy or broken or not doing enough. You're just using the wrong approach. Let me show you what actually works. My name is Tito and I'm a holistic wellness guide. In this video, I'm going to explain what being stuck actually means and what you can do to start moving forward today. Before we move forward, you need to understand that you need to stop trying to do it all at one time. Perfectionism is going to keep you paralyzed. If you're trying to change your whole life at one time, you're doing 20 different things, it gets overwhelming. And if you're trying to be perfect at all of it, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna quit every time. And that's gonna breed depression and anxiety. And we don't need that in our lives. What you wanna do is take the smallest step possible. Momentum beats motivation every time. Being stuck usually means you're doing too many things at one time. Your focus is too broad and you're not sure where to start. And your brain resists big change. So what you wanna do is do some small steps. Your brain will welcome tiny changes. Start small and build momentum. I remember 2 years ago about this time, I felt like life was crashing in on me and I felt like I was drowning and I didn't know what to do. And I believe that we have multiple life crises, not just midlife. And I was going through one of them. But I talked about this in another one of my videos called The Sacred Pause, and how it's really an initiation into the new version of yourself. And you have to go through this to get to the other side, to get to that new version of yourself. I was trying to change everything at one time. I had left the state I was living in. I got rid of a lot of my stuff, moved to a whole different state, quit my job, all these things at one time, working on starting my business up. It was just too much for me to do at one time. And I was trying to do it all myself as well. And as the old version of me, that wasn't gonna work. I had to let go of the old version, as well as thoughts, habits, all this. I had to go through a whole dark night of the soul, as they say, of releasing of the ego, the old self, and then rebuild as this new version of myself. But how did I do that? How did I rebuild as this new version of myself and get unstuck? Well, one thing was focusing in on one area, not all of the areas at one time. What did I need? I needed some security. I needed to make some money. So then I just got a job, a regular 9-to-5 job, so that I could build my business while I worked. Once I did that, I did what I could do that was in my control. That was to change my environment, to start to declutter. I would declutter. I donated things, got rid of things, sold things, and then I put some stuff into storage. I cleared my space. I cleared my area so then mentally I could see that things were changing, I had something in my control, and things were getting better. Another thing I had to do was change where I worked at. I had to change my environment, my whole physical situation that I had going on, which means I couldn't do work at home anymore. I needed to go to the library. I found somewhere else to go. You can go to coffee shops, you can go to co-working spaces, whatever it is for you. But for me, I went to the public library, which shout out to public libraries because there's a lot of resources that they have. Nowadays, they even have 3D printers. They have Cricut machines. It's a whole maker space. You can rent study rooms. There's all kind of things you can do at the public library. I mean, of course, rent books and CDs and things like that as well. So I highly recommend going and supporting your public library. The other thing I did after I did this, and again, this is like a process, like every 30 days I would do a new thing. So after I got my job, I'm making some money, I feel a bit more secure. Now I can focus on other areas. So I started to declutter and change my physical environment. I got myself out of the physical situation that I was in into a different one so that I can feel like I am making some progress. And then it was about showing up, getting to the spot. And that for me meant to get up and go record. I didn't need to think about anything else. I knew my main goal and I didn't need to keep reviewing my notes and keep reviewing my planner, which I love to do that. So I have to like stop myself from doing that all the time and just know what my main focus is for that 30 days. So even if I don't check my planner, I know what am I supposed to do? What is most important right now is something that is in alignment with my main goal. My main goal is to record these YouTube videos, to put this out there and to add value to those who watch my videos. So sometimes that just meant recording what I could. So I just started to do daily vlogs. I had to eliminate distractions. I had to eliminate anything that was blocking me from making progress. Again, it was my physical environment. Once I did that, because there was no excuses at that point, it was to get myself into a spot that was more conducive to me to be able to gain clarity. And then once I did that, I started to develop better habits, which made me have more confidence in what I was doing in the direction that I was going in. And then again, more clarity just kept revealing itself. As you start to gain more clarity, you're going to build more confidence. As you build more confidence, you're going to gain more clarity. This will in turn give you more energy to want to do the things that you're passionate about. It's going to give you more energy to be able to show up for others and to show up and do some new things. You want to try some new things, because then that's how we can rewire our brain. Once we start trying new things, then we can incorporate new habits. And then we just keep doing that over a period of time, and our brain starts to connect it and it becomes more natural. But again, when you're doing too much at one time, it's too much for your brain to handle. The wiring is not going to fire correctly. You're overwhelmed, you're overstimulating your mind. And so we need to start small. Again, we want to focus on progress, not perfection. 1% is better than no percent. Now let's get into the 3 simple actionable steps you can take this week to start to build momentum. We're going to start with the actionable step number 1 of taking tiny action, small action. This could be deciding to do a 5-minute walk, whether it's taking your dog, taking the kids, or going by yourself. You're going to do a 5-minute walk, or it's reading 1 page a day. Whatever the task is for you, you want to pick a tiny task that seems silly not to do it. And if you can't keep up with that one tiny task, that means you're focusing on the wrong area. Maybe you need to focus on a different area and pick a tiny task in that area of your life. If you can't do it in your health and wellness, then maybe you need to do it in sleep. If you can't do it in sleep, then maybe you need to do it in your relationships. If you can't do it in your relationships, then maybe you need to do it in educating yourself and stimulating your mind. Step 2 is going to be to change something in your space. You want to change something small in your environment. You could sweep your floor. You could do something like I did, and instead of working at home, you can go to a library or somewhere else. We can donate things, get rid of some things, go ahead and clean your space up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything drastic. Anything like that, you want to change your physical environment to show yourself that things can change, that you are making progress, and we are moving forward. And to wrap this all up, step number 3 is to take that tiny habit, that tiny task, and do it for 7 days. After the 7 days, you want to review it, see, did it go well? Do you need to do it at a different time? Whatever the thing is for you. And then you're going to reward yourself, pat yourself on the back, do something to acknowledge that you did it for 7 days. And then either you re-up, you double down on it, you just keep doing it, just do it for a longer period of time, or we reverse and we pick a different task because that one just didn't really give us the results that we're needing. You didn't see much of a change. So we're going to pick a different area and a different small task for that area. Remember, you're not broken if you feel stuck. It's just a feeling. You're not really stuck. You just need a little momentum to get you going. But tiny tasks, not everything at one time. And until next time, remember to smile, breathe, laugh, dance, do something that will bring you some joy today. Subscribe if you're new here. Go ahead and give this video a like if you found something good out of it and you're going to do your 7 days and commit to that. Let me know in the comment section what you're going to do for those 7 days so that you can commit to it and hold yourself accountable. And until next time, shine on.